Just keep your eyes closed. See the truth of these statements I'm sharing with you. Just see it for yourself. It is absolutely important to be yourself. In this early dawn, after the long night comes to an end, it doesn't matter that the whole creation is awake, but it matters that you are awake. If you don't wake up, your body is dead. Nothing shall matter. This thunder, this rain, the sound of the birds, the classes, nothing will mean anything unless you are awake, you are conscious. The creation by itself has no sense of birth and death. The thundercloud, the long, loud stretch of thunder that you heard was not for our entertainment, nor was it coming deliberately to bless the parched earth. It just exists. The body by itself has no sense of purpose. It has no sense of living and dying. Deho na janati, as in Sanskrit is said. The body doesn't know. The whole creation by itself, not aware of its purpose. In this body, you are awake. Your sense of being, you must be familiar with. Eyes, ears, tongue, nose, skin do not demand any perception or sensation for themselves. You have closed the eyes. Eyes did not close. When you open the eyes, it is not for eyes' sake. Eyes will not miss seeing or not seeing. It's an instrument, like your car. Your car doesn't miss the travel. The car is not bored that is parked in one place. At this moment, your body is parked here. Body has no sense of meditation, nor your senses. Closed eyes do not feel sacred. After you close your eyes, what you do, how you are, even thoughts by themselves mean nothing, just an impression. They all become meaningful in the your presence, awareness that you are. Just see that point. Your sense of being, who you are, that is your sense of awakening, being conscious, awake, one with it. You are no more affected by the changing thoughts, aging sansargans, dying body, ever-changing universe. And through the changes, you are the changeless Absolute. See that, be that, please. See that again and again. The sounds of all kinds will mean nothing. The teaching will mean nothing unless you are conscious, aware. Being yourself, as we saw yesterday, gunadita, one who abides in himself, that is something beyond the waking dream deep sleep. Sattva, rajas, tamo guna, three gunas. Such a person, sama sukha dukkha swastaha, samalostasma kanchana, remains ever the same, swastha, abiding in himself, always being yourself, no more affected by comfort, discomfort, sukha, dukkha, pleasure and pain. Nobody can escape the relative sensations. A cool morning, a hot day, you cannot escape the sensation of coolness and the heat. But you are not overwhelmed by the sensation. Sama, ever the same. Sense organs are there to report the sensations, however comfortable uncomfortable. Who you are, unaffected. Just see that again and again. Any moment, unconsciously, when you lose sight of yourself, you get into conflict of all kind. Average man, ignorant, unconscious, always affected. What a sound. The long-lasting thunder. However, lasting it may be, it never outlasts the silence. It begins and ends same way as you sit down. The silence, the awareness that you are, everlasting. Thoughts like thunder come and goes. No thought, no memory can outlast the silence, the awareness that you are. That is your meditation, being yourself. Your meditation is a sound, it shall end. It's a sensation, it will end. However exotic the sensation is, the memories are, they shall fade away. When a relationship ends and the other person passes, who you are, ajo nitya saswatoyam purana, unborn, eternal. Udasina vadasina, one who always remains unbiased. Untouched you are. You're being with yourself, the meditation. Not because of absence of a thought or a gunas, But in spite of the presence of all perceptions, thoughts, gunas, the whole creation, there is no need to negate, dismiss, or to withdraw yourself from anything. Who you are is always the same. Just see that. Sarvarambha parityagi gunatita sauchyate. He is a sthita prajna, abides in himself. Bhakta, a devotee. In the devotion, there is no slavery, no fear, no anxiety, but a camaraderie of infinite kind, one with the God. You can never ever stand apart. Abhyavicharini bhakti. A sense of oneness, inescapable oneness. The duality, differences, invokes fear. God is not one of those things, a name or a person, an idea or a concept. Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. As Krishna says, there is nothing other than me. Therefore, nobody or nothing stands apart. You are one with the all-pervasive. So no fear of any kind. The wave cannot die in the body of ocean. You cannot stand isolated in the embrace of the macrocosm totality. Call it God if you choose. Such a person, gunatita, with the gunas are beyond it, with the bodies are beyond it. You are at once the changing universe and the changeless awareness. See that, please. Thus, when you are aware of yourself, with Krishna, as he says, Brahmano hi pratisthaham, sukhasya atyantikasya cha, sasvatachasya dharmasya. I am the one the source of everything. Brahmanaha pratishtha. In me the whole universe exists. Call it Brahman Parparavesi. In you is the absolute bliss. Sukhasya atyantikasya pratishtha. Sasvatasya dharmasya. The nobilities of all kind. That sustains the universe. See that here yourself. You don't need a word, no description, no discourse, no thought, no idea, no perception, no sensation, no impression of any kind. To be the self that you are. Just be that. At all times, all places, all conditions. Suddhanandaji Vedesanga Padakramopanishade Gayandiyam Samaga Dhyana Tadgatena Manasa Ashyandiyam Yogina Syantam Navidasura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namah. Please see that, friends. If only you can learn from the silence, then you can learn from the words. If you are unaware of yourself, unfamiliar with the nameless that you are, it will be difficult for you to grasp, understand the majesty, the vastness of this creation. So be in touch with yourself. And that's what we'll see now. Please read these verses. 14th chapter is over. Now start the 15th chapter, please. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamulam Adhasakam Aswatham Prahurabhyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedavit adhasyordhvam prasrutastasya sakhaha guna pravruddha vishaya pravala adhasya mulānyanusantatani karmanuvandhini manusyaloke narupamasyeha tathopalabhyate nanto na chadir na cha sampratistham asvattamenam suvirudhamulam asanga shastrena dridena chitva urdhvamulamadassakam asvatham prahuravayam chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda sa vedavite adhasyordhvam prasrutastasya sakam guna pravruddha vishaya pravalaha adhasya mulānyanusantatani karmanuvandhini manusyaloke Please, at the end of the 14th chapter, very nicely Bhagavan concludes Mam cha yo abhyavicārena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samati tyaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. It's a beautiful line. The devotion of inseparable kind, where there is no division possible between the altar of devotion and the devotee. The division, differences, isolation is because of the ignorance of one's own self. Please understand, the heart of the scripture, the purpose of teaching is not to establish duality, not to reconfirm the divisions that the average person effortlessly experiences. You don't have to establish duality, understand please. You don't have to establish duality. Duality is self-evident. I don't need a teacher, a scripture to come and tell me I'm different from the universe. I'm different from a God. I'm different from a truth. And each thing is different from the other. That is self-evident. Scripture, Shastra is something which anadhigata avadhita jnanajanakam shastram. That we shall call as the scripture, and that we shall call as the teacher. To him we shall call as a teacher, who helps us to learn which you cannot learn from other sources. Anadhigata. No other book can give me that knowledge. No other person can give me that knowledge. A physics teacher, mathematics teacher, a history teacher is not going to give you the knowledge of oneness as to who you are, because physics as a subject deals with the material universe. Chemistry, history, mathematics deal with the material universe, unconscious, inert existence. when you come to scripture, a teacher, it teaches you about something, a conscious entity. Listen carefully. So there is a difference between a material science which deals with unconscious universe and the self-knowledge which deals with the awareness of one's own self. We need both. That is why the tradition is so complete, knowing both paravidya, aparavidya. As we saw, kshetra, kshetragya, guna, gunatita. Are you getting that, please? The objective universe is not complete by itself, nor shall you overemphasize the subjective, the absolute, the consciousness. Understand? The divine has no meaning if there is no mundane. Will you please appreciate it? The immortality has no meaning unless you have a brush with mortality. Unless you come in touch with the body, what is the question of looking for bodiless awareness? Unless you are suffocated by the limitations of life, overwhelmed by the pain, grief, misery, how are you looking for the unhappiness absolute? That is why animals, they have no sense of bondage and therefore no sense of liberation. Please see the amazing arrangement of this creation. The animals have no sense of bondage. That is why they are known as vimukta. In Sanskrit, you call the animal, the pasu, vimukta. Vimukta means visheshana mukta, liberated, free. But the animal doesn't know about it. You are jealous of the high-flying, soaring eagles and vultures in the sky. But the vulture doesn't know the glory of his freedom. If the birds know it, they shall fly around the world during their lifetime. Visa-free travel, no immigration control, no customs. But they die born in the same mountain, same tree. Human being has a sense of limitation. It's a great that he has a sense of limitation. And is also not only conscious, but self-conscious. And therefore is interested in liberation, freedom. So both you need, paravidya, aparavidya. Holding on to some type of a god or divinity is as stupid as even holding on to a physical body as the ultimate. Some people are unnecessarily religious. Some are unnecessarily die-hard, fanatic, materialist, secular. Extremists, neither extreme secularist, but non-recognition of truth, God, or total fundamentalist, one God and no other God. This is the God and no other God. Both are dangerous specimens. There is intolerance and unacceptance of everything else in life. When you see yourself, who you are, and that is what the job of the teacher and the teaching. A tradition, a shastra which helps you to recognize what Bhagavan says here in so beautiful word, abhyavicharini bhakti. It's a lovely word in Sanskrit. Understand? Abhyavicharini bhakti. Devotion unshakable. Not to a thing, understand? Not to a person, not to a thing. If you do that, you are only, listen carefully, you are only replacing one mistake with another. Previously, you are stuck on a body, your body. Listen how simple, profound it is. Previously you are holding on to a body, your body. Anybody touches your body, oh, you want to shoot him. Your body, your wealth, your house, your man, your woman, your child, your job, your bank balance, any of these things can be a very fanatic symbol. And for the sake of that one thing, you'll sacrifice everybody. Now, you call that man as materialist. Then suddenly the materialist turns religious. This is the only God. You are replacing one mistake with another mistake. Intolerant of every other thing. This is the only God. Understand? That is not abhyabhicharini bhakti, understand? That is not devotion, that is slavery. This and nothing else. Like some people are slave of a vegetable, slave of a sensation, slave of a habit. You are slave of another emotion called dependence. Call it devotion if you like. But that is slavery. Because bhakti means what? Abhyabhicharini. See that how it beautifully qualified. Devotion is abhyabhicharini, where there is no separation, no division, no differences of any kind. That is why Bhagavan so beautifully, we saw it in 7th, 8th chapter, Chaturvidha bhajante mam. Do you remember that? Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukratino arjuna. What are they? Right. Artha, artharthi, jigyasu, jnani cha bharatarshava. 4 types. Some people worship artha out of fear. Oh, I don't know what to do. Oh God, please save me, take care of me. That is 90% mankind. Artha. Incapable of resolving their conflict, solving their problem, encountering situations in life. There's a sense of deep helplessness. So you imagine, like the caveman was imagining, there must be some power. This condo man today, 5-star comfort, but insecure inside, looking for something to hold on. Artha, that is 90% people. Then artharthi, then desirous of, arthasya arthi, desirous of some securities in life. That makes it 90 plus 5-6% more. 99% people. Either out of fear they hold on to some God imaginary figure, or out of a sense of security, I want more and more and more. Artharthi, arthasya arthi. Very rarely you shall come across a person who is jigyasu. Jigyasu means desirous of knowing what is that God is, or who I am. Long before you really question yourself, you start questioning the vastness. That is where imagination takes over. You feel so helpless that you can't even question about yourself, because you are so insignificant, so unimportant. That is why you go to God. When Arjuna go to Krishna to find out what the truth is, Krishna turns the table on himself. Know yourself. That is the teaching. Rest is cheating. It begins with yourself, jigyasu. Trying to know what God is, you begin with yourself. And when you are aware of yourself, jnani tu varatarshava, such a person is a wise man. And what is this wisdom? For him, God alone is existing. Again, table turns. You begin with yourself, but end with macrocosm, totality. No more God is a name with a form, but the name for all forms. Therefore, inseparable. Abhyavicharini bhakti. This is a devotion of the highest kind. But there is no distance between the altar of devotion and the devotee. You are one and the same. As I told you yesterday, the example, the wave cannot die in the body of ocean. With that you can start, that type of devotion you can start, and go to yourself also. Now he begins the chapter. So when you know that, what shall you know? Brahmano hi pratishtaham amrutasya abhyayasya cha. That indeed. Pratishtha, aham pratishtha. I am the source. In me existing everything. See that just like with one with God, you give the same statement. As I told you, from the absolute standpoint, individual and total can tell the same language. The ocean can say, I am the water. Even the tiny drop can say, I am the water. But when the ocean shall say, in me the Titanic can sink, the wave shall say, not even an ant can sink. The humility, you understand? And I'm inseparable part of Ishvara. That wave, that tiny wave, is inseparable part of the ocean. When a ocean says I, wave is included. But a wave says I, everything stands apart. That is why ahankar. Individuality envelops this body and mind, everything stands separate. When God says I, the whole universe echoes. When I say I, isolated. But when God says I, this I is included. This is what you recognize. So one with the I, the meaning of the word, Brahman, consciousness, Atma, Chetana, Ishvara, say whatever you like. You see the oneness. You don't need a teacher to talk to you about the diversity, the differences, isolation, limitation, death, misery. We know it. No teacher is a merchant of death, not slavery nor bondage. The scripture does not encourage bondage, separation, oneness. Brahmano hi pratishtaham sukhasya atantikasya cha. Atyantika sukham. You get the bliss that never comes to an end. Amrutasya, abhyayasya, immortality, imperishable, that you are. Are you getting that point, please? And that knowledge not only comes with your so-called enlightened devotion, but also straight away, in order to get it, if you are a person going to knowledge, Sravana, listening to these things, you can get it also. And in order to get this knowledge, what should I do? He begins the 15th chapter. First, you should have the, what I call is vairagya. Vairagya means a dispassion. To be, listen carefully, to be yourself, you need to free yourself from obsession. An obsessed mind, biased mind cannot see the truth. Listen carefully. Just like before you do the operation in a hospital, before you do the operation, the doctor takes a report. Sugar must be normal, pressure must be normal, fat must be normal. If you have abnormal pressure, abnormal sugar, they will not operate upon you. They will give you medicine, come back to normal, then open. Vairagya, dispassion, is the medicine to bring you back to the normalcy of your mind where you have the high pressure of obsession, high sugar of obsession. Understand? You cannot bypass that. Listen carefully. You can bypass when you understand yourself, who you are. That time nothing is, that's a freedom. But don't speak that language of freedom to the bound. The person is so obsessed, overwhelmed by his little personal problems. Angry, short-tempered, jealous, pretentious. Most time, the good people are pretentious people. Not that bad people are wonderful. But a bad man, ignorant man, helplessly stupid, angry, short-tempered, jealous, doesn't know how to manipulate himself, like a child. Angry. You want to pull your hair, he'll pull the hair. You want to say something, Mommy, I hate you, Mommy, I hate you. Papa, I hate you, Papa, I hate you. No problem, easy. The next moment, Mommy, I love you, darling, Papa, all that stuff. Why? Children. Continuously changing moods. Adult means what? Past master in deception. Your mind tells you, I hate him. Outside, hello, how are you? You understand? You know the fellow is stupid. But it's okay. Understand? Your life is a deception. For most people, it is like that. And they think they can bypass it all. Why? Oh God, you take care. So God has nothing else to do. You mean to say God has a problem? You have the problem. How can somebody take care? It's like telling, these people go for all this type of nonsense. The God has repented, you need not worry. Right? It's like telling, I am hungry, you eat the food. Please go to the breakfast time. I'm so hungry. Yes, go, take your breakfast. Why? I am very hungry. Hey, if I am hungry, how are you going to take breakfast? For my freedom, somebody else has to be liberated? Then Krishna should not have taught 18 chapters of Gita. Do you understand? What was he teaching about? If he should be liberated for Arjuna's sake, are you getting that point, please? If he has to be liberated for Arjuna's sake, then he can say, oh, be my donkey, finish, go, sing my song. Krishna, 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 right? What does he say? You fool, don't know me at all. Huh? Hanging around with me, and you saw that. Are you getting the beauty? But people depend on, he is taking care, she is taking care. Today there are so many amas, appas, all that stuff. Just think of it. The truth is sacrificed. Understand? When you say the word Ishvara, please. The scripture called Shastra, Ishvara, it helps you to be yourself, who you are. And you cannot bypass it. Individuality has to be dealt with. You can forget it for some time. In deep sleep, you are forgetting 7 hours continuously. Waking up, are you wise or ignorant? You are ignorant. So if you want to forget half an hour by dancing, singing, hugging, jumping, breathing, religious practices, half an hour forgetfulness will give you wisdom. 7 hours of non-stop forgetfulness in deep sleep still leaves you idiot as you go to sleep, that is how you come back. Ignorant you go, ignorant you come. This man saying, half an hour if I can sing, dance, hug, jump, meditate, underwater, inside the cave, something somewhere. Now what happens? That remains your memory. Just like deep sleep. Oh, it was such a nice sleep, and now I can't sleep. It was such a nice meditation, now I can't. Wonderful. When I was in the ashram, so my home is a prison, I have to go to ashram always. What rubbish. The divine dance, it is so nice. So dance in the pub is mundane. Dance in a religious group is divine. What do? It are the students, it are guru nuts. Please appreciate. It begins with yourself. And you have to look at the mind. Are you free from obsession, bias, anger, hatred, jealousy? And how does that go? Dispassion, vairagya. Dispassion, clearly seeing where it is. When I'm looking for happiness, it is not in the world. Therefore, I don't hate the world. I use the car, I use the money, I use a man, I use a woman, I use my body, I use everything. But they are not dependable. I cannot depend upon that. Why I cannot depend upon? Gives you the reason. It describes the whole existence. Bhagavan, now Krishna, so beautifully, here it describes the whole existence as an ever-changing, what shall you call it, reality, mirage, sight, whatever you like. It compares it with a tree. Urdhvamulam adhasakham aswatham prahuhu abhyam. Hey Arjuna, such a language, I tell you, one word you grasp, you are wiped out. He's not talking about you and me. No? The totality is taken into account so that you are inseparable. When you are talking about the creation, can you stand apart? Think. Is it necessary to say universe and the dust? The ocean and the wave included. Is it necessary to say God and? It's a wrong statement. There is no God and. If it is and, neither it is God nor it is dog. You understand? Both are stupid. Useless. Because each one limit the other. Are you getting that point? If there is a God and, each one limit the other. I am here, you are there. Who is limitless? So God searching for me, I am searching for God. Wonderful. There was a nice funny story. So other day somebody said, God, why don't you change everybody? Yes, funny story. Huh? It's not that the God is talking. Huh? It's a nonsense. Just a joke. Somebody asked, God, why don't you forgive everybody? Then he said, if I forgive everybody, then who is going to pray me? If everybody is gone now, what am I supposed to do? Why is it people say, listen carefully, if you say you are, listen, if somebody says you are free, then can I ask you to depend on me? You are free. How does the rituals continue? How does the different types of complicated, call it secular or religious practices continue? Because first you have to convince the fellow, like you are bound. Yes, just like the communist controlled the unions, work unions. Oh, you are all proletariat, those are the bourgeois, they exploit you, they kill you, they destroy you. Yes, you have nothing, they have everything. You have one car, they have 10 cars. Yes, kill. Point out. Right? So you have to convince the fellow. You are ignorant. Yes. You are limited. Yes. Therefore, do this. True. Worship me. True. But suppose you say, you are free. Yes. Therefore, worship me. What? You can't say that. You are free. Therefore, depend. What? It's a contradiction in terms. But devotion means what? Mass hysteria. The secular world, people are devoted to bank balance. In religious world, people are devoted to God. Which God? Separate. You can never be one with your money. Always afraid. Cyber crime. If somebody, money, 1 million gone, ayyo. How do you feel comfortable? Money is in the bank, I am comfortable. I die away, doesn't matter. But money is there. Until I die, let the money not go. So suppose you have a guru or you have a something, you are holding on to something. Before you die, suppose that one dies away, you will be say, you don't know what to do. So you want to die before the other person dies. Why? Because dependent. Before the object of your security passes, you want to pass. Life doesn't go according to your expectations. I say, religion becomes also another bondage. Beautifully, how he says, abhyamiti prahu. The whole existence, urdhvamula adasakam aswatham prahu. The whole existence is compared to a tree, aswatha bruksha. A tree, they call it a bruksha. Do you know why? Brashyanat bruksha. Why do you call it a bruksha? Bruksha in Sanskrit means a tree. Why is it called a bruksha? Brashyanat, that which can be cut down. So, the moment the whole existence is compared to a tree, it gives you a hope also. What? It can be cut down. I cannot be dependent or bound by that. And why I cannot depend on it? Listen carefully. Why I can't depend on it? Why I cannot depend upon this creation? Because aswatha. Aswatha means swa, tomorrow. Tishtati stha. Na tishtati aswatha. That which doesn't exist tomorrow. You cannot depend upon this creation because it is eternally changing. You can't hold on to it. It's continuously slipping between your fingers. Hold on to your body. I was so nice, 15-year-old, I was strong. Now 25, now I'm 35, now I'm 50-year-old. Now everything is 75-year-old. That's what it is. It's slipping through your fingers. Whatever you are holding on to, if that thing is there, your hand is slackening. Your grip, you are losing. If that thing remains, suppose you have got gold, you hold on to gold. Gold is intact, but your grip is losing. You are getting old, out. You will be dead, gold will be left behind. Anything shall be like that. Not dependable. That is where comes your dispassion. Understand the friends. There is a huge difference between using and not depending. Not dependable does not mean not to use. This is where religious people go nuts. I don't want a car, I don't want a house. Why? What's wrong with a house and a car? Your guru is having around with a house and a car. Are they preferably Mercedes, preferably aeroplanes? Because high profile gurus, no. But disciples must be donkeys. Renunciation, renunciation, renunciation. Why? So the guru can indulge. What type of nuts? You understand? Please. What is to be given up? So many times you have said that. Buddha jahihi dhanagama trishna. How Shankara says so nicely. Dhanagama trishna. May you give up the trishna, the thirst for riches, not the riches. Dhanagama, don't give up. Don't give up riches. Give up the thirst for riches. Don't give up the body. What is the committing suicide in the name of God? Name of religion? Suicide, committing suicide, giving up the body? No. But dependence on the body, that with this body I shall be eternal, immortal, that will not happen. The bubble will burst. With a relationship, my relationships will last forever. Don't try that. The bubble will burst. Understand? That is why Krishna didn't say, Arjuna, depend on me. No, be yourself. Knowing yourself, Atmanam Viddhi. Atmanam Viddhi. Know yourself. He doesn't say know me. Even when he says know me, what it means to be know yourself. Aham Atma Sarva Bhutas. I am the self in all the beings. Anyway, so Aswatha Bruksha. So the whole existence is a tree. Why is it? Because continuously changing. Naswanatishtati. Aswatha, you know that ficus religiosa, that you have got so many Aswatha Bruksha in ashram, near the ashram. Kitchen or chicken? Kitchen. Okay. Near the kitchen, that big tree, the big leaf. That is Aswatha Bruksha. That in Sanskrit they call it chaladala. Dala means leaves, chala means chalati, which is continuously moving, chaladala, continuously. That leaf will be shaking even if there is no breeze. Strange it is. That breeze will be, the leaves will be always like this. Very nice. Chaladala. Then Aswatha, under which Buddha also meditated. Chaladala. Aswatha Bruksha. The creation is like that. Continuously moving, continuously changing. That is why, by chance, something has changed, there is nothing to wonder about it. If something doesn't change, you must start wondering. If somebody cheats you, expect it. Did not cheat you, wait. Just wait. It will happen. You just like your body. You know, your body is not going to... You know, you think, oh my body is, Swami, I'm 65-year-old, but look at this. Wait, another 2 years. Suddenly one day, oh, it will come. There are the big pouches under your eyes, double chin, loose skin. Ooh, my skin is looking like this. Yeah, it'll all come. Don't be in a hurry. It'll all come. You don't have to worry at all. Body shall go crazy. Why? That is what it is, Aswatha. Hey Arjuna. And this tree, this samsara, when you say samsara vriksha, please expand. Samsara, when you say, don't think in terms of my body, my wife. In Tamil Nadu, it is useless. Samsara means my wife, my samsara. So samsara is your wife is your samsara. Nonsense. The whole universe, the entire existence, entire existence. What is that? Expand yourself. The whole, your body, the ashram, the country, the continent, the planet, the solar system, the Milky Way's galaxy. The whole macrocosmic universe. Not only gross, the subtle thoughts, minds, impressions, ignorance. Whole thing is a tree. The peculiarity of this tree is urdhvamulam. The root is far urdhvam. It is up. The branches are all down. The tree on the world is, branches are deep. What is that? The root is gone into inside, it is outside. But now, if you think in terms of the earth, antibodies, now we think we are sitting like this, right? And Americans are, what are they doing now? If you dig a hole here, it will go reach America. The earth is like this, no? Are you getting that? Earth is like this. Suppose you are in India, this is America. So it is like this. Let's see. Moving. So you think you are tilted, right? So you are thinking you are looking at the sky. What about the other fellow? On a ball, you see the ant here moving. The ant is moving. He is looking up now. Now the other ant is standing or hanging? You getting that? And where is he looking? Up or down? If we are looking up, the other side of the ball is looking down. But ask them. They are also looking up. So everybody is looking up only. What a funny thing it is, no? When you think in these terms itself, you will be wiped out. So when you say creation, don't think in terms of only your body and one little world. No, the whole cosmic, the entire cosmos. That is why teaching is all about expansion, expanding universe, expansive universe. God is expansive existence, not one name, one form. Like when you say Prithvi, the earth, is it a name for a thing? The whole planet. You can't say earth and you can't say God and whole existence. For that, Urdhva Moolam, the root is on the top. What type of tree whose root is on the top? You write your family history. Please write your family history. 14th century, let's see, started. 17th, whichever is family history. What is your history? My God, imagine mankind's history of mankind. Can you do that? There can't be first man, first woman. That's nonsense. But even if you start writing, what will you write? Suppose, known history, you know your great-grandfather, X, and X had 3 children, X1, X2, X3. X1 had Y, Y1, Y2, Y3. The X2 had Z1, Z2, Z3. The other one had A1, A2, A3. So then that also down. Now what will happen? So if this tree of your family, family tree, if you put, root is where? Up or down? In the family tree, the root is up. This samsara vriksha is peculiar. Urdhvam. It begins with formless, nameless. Continues with names and forms. And when we say, continue with names and forms, the formless, nameless doesn't disappear from the name and form. That remains inherent in and through names and forms all the time. It's such a peculiar tree, samsara vriksha, urdhvamulam, adhashakham, the branches are all down. And hey Arjuna, abhyamiti prahu, this is endless. Nabhyeti, endless. Anadi, naishargikoyam loka vyavahara. This creation, naishargika, beginningless, anadi, ananta, beginningless, endless cycle of the universe. Imagine. You can say, oh, but we say earth has a life because sun is a star. Now you can see that. No, sun is a dwarf star. And it's dying star. After 5, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, 100 million years after, it will die away. And long before the sun is dead, the planets will melt away, destroyed. The whole, what a cosmic convulsion will take place. So, how can you say it's all beginning is endless? Yeah, your trip is, you think your creation is only one planet, right? There are billions and trillions of stars and galaxies. Understand? In which galaxy, how many suns, how many stars, how many planets are there, how do you know? Life sustains itself all over the universe. We are not alone in this creation. Definitely not. That is why all these lokas, when you see that, nobody has seen Brahmaloka, Brahmaloka, Indraloka, Kuberaloka. We don't see those fields of experiences. But you can grasp it. It has to be. There are so many planets, so many stars, somewhere family life will be existing. So if this is your ends, somewhere else it continues. And if it doesn't continue also makes no difference, because who you are is continuous. Your body passes, but the content, who you are, endless. It's not a philosophy, not some type of a projection thrown into your brain. You recognize it in yourself. You see the arrangement. This whole creation is a vast tree, imperishable. Chandamsi yasya parnani yastam veda saveda viti. For this tree, there are leaves to sustain it. What are they? Chandamsi, rukshama yajuradi. All the Vedas, Vedic values, these are the one who sustain this creation. To sustain this creation, you need the leaves, karma, your own karma. Vedas means what? Everything is included, jnana, karma, everything. That is the one who sustain this creation. Just like your activities sustain your life. One human being, one person, you create your house, you purchase your car, you are sustaining everything. Individually look at it. You have a little plot of land, but you start cultivating. You create a little village, a little city around your own house. Everybody is creating it. So when everybody does it, it is sustained. But, listen carefully, for the creation to be sustained, does not need individual contribution. For the stars to shine, what should I do? Tell me. For the galaxies to shine, what should I do? What should we do? But for our personal life, we need to do something. And to continue living, to be sustained in this tree of life, we must have the right type of thinking. As I started this morning class, that the creation wakes up is no problem. That the birds wake up at the end of the night is not a problem. If you don't wake up, you'll be buried underground. Waking up means what? To be conscious. To be conscious means what? To be conscious of yourself. If you are conscious of the not self, what all you are not, if you take yourself to be, your problems will continue. Instead of being the self, if you be the body, that is why ignorant person always suffers, because there is a sense of overwhelming limitations. Overwhelming sense of limitation. Oh, I'm so useless. Oh, I'm hungry, I'm this, I'm that. No. I have a hunger, I have a disease, I have poverty, I have a lovely body, I have lovely this. So what? So you are not helpless. So God is not some type of a complaining authority to whom complaints must be sent. God, I'm hungry, send food. Huh? He has nothing else to do. So for this samsara vriksha to be created, to continue in your life also, you look at your life. This is your tree. In your tree of life, body is external most. Okay, if you want little more also, riches. This house is mine, this land is mine, so branches out. Body, another branch. Extension, huh? Then go to your eyes, sense organ. These are all extensions. Then go to your thoughts. That is also you, branches. Then, where do you go? To yourself. What is your root? Urdhvamulam adhashakam. From consciousness to your thoughts, to your body, to the creation. That mula is the kshetragya, Ishvara, Brahman, whatever you say. Are you getting that point, please? So you, instead of looking at the whole macrocosmic existence, look at this microcosm, little tree of existence. Yourself, your body itself, your body, mind, that deha prana sanghata, the body, mind, sense organ assemblage, that itself is a micro tree of a samsara. in which the root is always deep within. Root is invisible. Understand that point? See that principle in life always. The root of the tree is invisible. The trees are swaying all over, but the root is invisible. Without the root, can the tree sustain itself? But do you see the root? You enjoy the ducks. You enjoy the ducks, duck, D-U-C-K. You enjoy the duck swimming around. You see how so sweetly floating. Have you seen how furiously his legs are going underwater? Have you seen that? Continuous. Continuous. When they clean water, in Indian water you can't see them. Yeah, they are absolutely clean. You don't see that. They're so quickly, and they're floating away, so cute. But furious activity in underneath. Then only it's moving. You don't see that. The root is invisible. The trees are swaying, but the root sustains it. And when you are trying to water the plant, do you put it on the leaf or in the root? In the root you give, right? Then you want to be alive. Shall you water the root or pour water on the... I listen to singing all the days. Da, 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 da. You are pouring water on your ear. Can you, I dance all the time, sing all the time. Hey, you do what you want, don't worry. But water the root. Go to yourself. That is why being meditation means always in the root. Rooted in yourself, play the game. Understand? Urdhvamulam. So, Vriksha, please understand. And this body is sustained by the what? Your own karma. Chandam, Syasya Parnani, Jnana, karma, sustain your body as well as the whole creation. Yastam Veda Savedavit. One who knows the samsara vriksha complete. Savedavit. He indeed knows the Vedas. To know the Vedas means to know yourself, complete picture. The vriksha, the tree as well as the root. If you, average person knows only the leaves and branches, root is forgotten. Understand? You take care of the branches, branches will die. Go to the root. It's a beautiful imagery, okay? So, the whole purpose of learning and teaching is to introduce the person to the, introduce the person, not planting a root there. Nobody can give you immortality. You are already that. No teacher can give, no scripture can give. Even God can't give. God can't give anything to you. Why? You have everything. That is why he is lying down, sitting down like this. Have you seen all the gods so nice? I am miserable, smiling. Always smiling God. There is no miserable God. Happily married, not 1, 2, 30, 40, whatever, around available. Happily married. Why? Married in this universe. You are married to your body, married to your mind, married to the whole creation. Yet, absolutely independent, happy with yourself. Life is a celebration. Living is the whole living is a continuous celebration. Unaffected by everything. Okay. So what he does? So this one, the tree he gives you description. Adascha urdhvam prasutastasya sakha guna pravruddha vishaya pravala adascha mulanyanu karmanuvandhini manusyaloke. We will see in the afternoon, not 11 o'clock, we shall see that. It describes adascha urdhvam prasutastasya sakha. So the root is invisible. The shakha, the branches, adhascha, urdhvascha, this way, that way, all over, like a tree. How vast is the creation? Where is the root? Invisible. Do you want to be the invisible root, or can you escape being the invisible root? and still be the part of the ever-expanding, ever-extended branches of this creation. That is why your body is a part of the whole existence. From both the standpoints, you cannot be miserable. From the standpoint of the body, it forms the part of the total body. That is why Ishvara, Virat, and your body is part of it. You Tattva classes, you remember? Sthula Sarira Abhimani Atma Vishwa iti uchyate. Samashti Sthula Sarira Abhimani Virat iti uchyate. Your body has a name called Vishwa, Virat Rupa. Virat Rupa Vishwara means the total macrocosmic. Like a tiny cell, your body. Your tiny cell name is kidney cell. But when you say, come here, when you move, does the kidney cell say, I'm not coming? Can your kidney cell say, I'm a man, I'm a man? Then the kidney cell say, no, he's a man, but I'm the kidney. So kidney is not going with the man. Do you have a choice? He is God, but I am a man, so I am not coming with God. Yeah, some God also are like that, which are exclusively hanging around some nonsense place. So, you must be, I'll punish you, reward you, do this to you. Painful rubbish, don't worry about it. You understand? Just nonsense. You can't say God and everything is included. Therefore, absolutely secure. In the body of ocean, the wave can never die. In the body of Ishvara, I cannot pass. It's a change takes place. Therefore, continuous dancing. So, adascha urdhva prasudas tasya saka, this way, that way, the whole body thing is extended. Guna pravruddha. And how this tree is going? Guna pravruddha. Guna is what? Sattva, Raja, Tamo guna pravruddha. Because of the Sattva guna, Rajo guna, Tamo guna, all activities takes place and the dream continues. And the show is kept continued. Who? Only me? Nah. There are billions of jivas, each one doing his thing. That is why it's such a majestic, marvelous universe. How many things you can see. If you know how to be yourself, you can enjoy your game as well as everybody's game. You don't have to watch movies. Observing people is the best movie you can ever have. All emotions visible. Movies are imaginary. Imaginary things also catch it up so well. I was watching other day one movie, what is that? One serial in American TV, 24 hours, 24. I don't know if anybody have watched it. Ayyo, so gripping. You have to watch it. By the time the first series is over, you are dying to see second. I don't know when just like in India, there was a madness about Ramayana, what happens, like that. They stop at the right time. So this 24 hours is, Wait until the next week, the fellow must have suffered heart attack. People must have suffered. What happened? Because the whole day it must be working in your head. And because when you are watching it, all the 24 hours with you, you can't keep it. 5 hours, 6 hours you watch it. Why? Because, what? It drives you crazy. Imaginary things are so, it has no reality at all. Just, you are enjoying it anyway. But real things, people's anger, hatred, jealousy, situations, when you see it, observe it as a play, as a game. You see somebody suffering from cancer. As you watch in a drama, can you watch in your body? Take care, but it can die. Very realistic. You are not trying to escape, nothing. Why? Ishvara. He is the disease, he is the diseased. She is the death, she is dying. Ishvara is God, or God is a man or woman? He is a man or woman, neuter, no gender, nothing. You choose whichever one you like. Masculine, feminine, neuter, no masculine, no feminine, no neuter. In which this is inseparable. So, everything continues. Guna pravruddha. Vishaya pravala. Vishaya, the sense objects are pravala, new leaves. Always growing, growing, growing. I want it. You understand how your activity begins? There is something interesting. A new car is there. That car is there. You are here. No problem. But the day you saw the car, then your thought, get it. That is the new pravala. You understand? The new leaves. It's exactly like the new leaf. The new leaf growing in what? The new leaf comes now, tree is growing. So, new desire, that's how. Your extension takes place. Previously, you had only one little room. Now, 3 extensions are over. In the drawing room, there are few things. Now it is packed. How did it all happen? They all moved in. No, I pray God and He gives me, every morning I wake up, coffee table is full. Everything is come into my room. You are the one, Vishaya Pravala. The things you see, oh, I like it. Pray. I like it. Samsara is going for you. You keep your samsara going. Don't blame God for it, What can I do? God only, in those days people are telling, no. People are telling what? When population was increasing, what are those days people are telling? Grandfather, father's generation, what can I do? God is giving. Yes, God has nothing else. So as even that time we called those people as ignorant because they thought God was giving them babies. Today the man says, what can I do? God is only giving me riches. I see. You are not working. Don't put that. Don't make God's name an escape route. Most devotees do that. He only do. And nothing is happening. God is angry. Failure. Karma. You. Understand? That is why Krishna asked Arjuna, fight your battle. Did Krishna fight Arjuna's battle? Why is he sitting down there? You fight your battle. But suppose the Guru says, you don't worry, I'll fight. Donkey, not God. Dog, D-O-G, not G-O-D. Understand? You can't live somebody's life. So don't hijack people's life. Let the person live his life. Vishaya Prabha. We'll see in the evening. Modascha mulanena santatani karma anuvandhini manushya loke. Karma anuvandhini manushya loke. Karma anuvandhini. According to your karmas, all these things happens. And samsara vriksha continues. And that vriksha has to be, you want to be really enjoy life, go to the root. And then cut down what? Not the tree, but your moha, delusion. We'll see it after 11 o'clock. Close your eyes, please.